Today I'll show you the most fun and budget-friendly summer farmhouse DIYs. Welcome to the Chic Show. I found this little bathtub at Dollar Tree and I just thought it was too cute and knew I needed to do something with it. So once I got this sticker off, I also pulled out some thrifted pieces of this chest set. I'm going to be using these to make feet for the bathtub. I used my wire cutters and just snipped around until I got something that was the right size for the feet and that I thought I could glue onto the tub. I'm just using hot glue for this project, but if you wanted this to hold up long term, I would certainly use a different type of glue. Once I have all the feet glued on, I'm going to be painting the feet with some Fusion chalk paint encasement to match that white of the tub. I'm going to be using some Rub and Buff in black to add an enameled look to the top of the tub and the feet. This would make a cute little planter, but it would also make a cute little soap dish. I thrifted this sad little cow a long time ago, so I've had it in my stash for quite a while. It looks like his neck has been broken at some point, but we are just going to paint over him and make him absolutely adorable. I'm using Fusion paint in coal black, and I love how it brought out all of his features that even when he was white with black spots, you just couldn't see. Now, is this not the most adorable little cow you've ever seen? I'm a sucker for white ceramics, so when I saw this one, I knew I needed to pick it up and do something with it. These are some rub-on transfers from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to be cutting them apart and using mostly the floral parts. Once I have all the pieces cut apart, I use some painter's tape to kind of tape them in place around my little pitcher so that I can make sure that I had them spaced out evenly. Then I just removed the backing and rubbed away. I continued in this pattern all the way around the pitcher. And here's the final look. And I did go ahead and add some DIY big top to seal in those transfers. I think the white baby's breath gives this a perfect little look in a corner in my living room.
Not positive that this was an original sugar mold, but I did find it at the thrift store for $2, and I decided to take it outside and see if I could sand off that stain.
And it did sand down beautifully. I do love the way it sanded down, but I did want to give it a little bit of a darker look, just not as dark as it originally was. So I used some Waverly Antique Wax mixed with a little bit of water. I wiped it on and then I wiped it back with a baby wipe. At first I thought it was going to be too dark, but as I started wiping it away, it gave it the color that I was looking for. Once the stain had dried, I took some of this home decor clear wax and sealed it. I added some florals and candles, and I love the simplicity of this piece. For this project, I'm actually making over a previous project. For this last DIY, I'm going to be using one of these cutting boards that I got on clearance at Dollar General. It had a fall print at the top that I painted over with Waverly chalk paint and plaster. I'm using this napkin from TJ Maxx. I'm going to separate the plies, and I'm just going to use that top ply on the top of that cutting board. I'm going to be using Mod Podge, and I'm going to apply that to the top of the cutting board and then let that dry completely. Once that Mod Podge had dried, I'm applying that napkin, and I'm going to be using the iron-on method. I'm using a Teflon sheet and using my little mini iron to reactivate that Mod Podge so that napkin will adhere to the cutting board. Once it cooled, I used my craft knife to cut off a straight line there at the top. And I used my finger sander to remove the excess napkin around the edges. I used my craft knife to cut out the napkin in the hole at the top, and then I reattached that leather strap. I gave the napkin another coat of Mod Podge. This is the dishwasher safe Mod Podge, so it will be able to be wiped clean. Now you can see previously I used some of those measurement stickers from Dollar Tree on this cutting board, but for the project today I did remove those. Today I'm using some of Jolie's dark wax, and I'm going to be wiping it around the edge of the cutting board and the entire front. Once I had it to the shade that I liked, I just used what was left on my baby wipe to wipe over the napkin at the top. This just gives it a little bit of an aged look. This is a basket from Dollar Tree, and I also used it on a previous project. I'm going to actually cut this basket in half, and scissors work pretty well for this, but I did use my wire cutters just because it went a little bit quicker that way. I thought this basket would probably fall apart when I cut it in half, but it didn't, so that's good. Now I'm going to be hot gluing each side of the basket onto the cutting board. I'm not going to be putting anything very heavy in these baskets, so hot glue is going to work fine for my purpose. Other than the little black cow today, this is my favorite DIY in today's video. I hope you've enjoyed these budget-friendly summer farmhouse DIYs. I would love to know which one of today's DIYs was your favorite. Here's a look back at all of them. I'm going to leave another video for you right here that I think you might like. Be sure and check it out. Thanks so much for watching. Remember to share the chic. Bye now.